So, as usual, right, we start off with some of the recent news. So I picked out two pieces of news. The first of which just came out earlier this week. The sales result for Belgravia Ace, the strata-landed over at near the Ang Mo Kio, Seletar area. It came out to be 72% sold, right? 90% of the units that were launched on the day itself. Cheapest unit of which was sold at $4 million, right? They had 3 terrace houses, the rest of which were semi-detached houses. So if you were to ask me what are my thoughts about the results for Belgravia Ace, am I surprised? To be honest, the answer is no. And the reason behind why I wasn't surprised by these results is because first and foremost, strata-landed properties, right? They have I believe they are going to become a lot more popular moving forward because they cater very well into the new sandwich class of upgraders moving forward, right? Probably some of you who are listening in today fall under that bracket, people that require number of rooms, right? High number of rooms, 4, 5 bedrooms, right? And strata-landed properties have traditionally catered very well to this group of people, multi-generation families. And why did they launch and the take-up rate was so good at the 4 million price point is because I feel a lot of the buyers that are looking at this kind of products, right, they are now split between either buying very big 99-year condominiums, right, the new launches. So they range between 2.5 close to 3 million. And when they are looking at those price points, a lot of them are then starting to think, hey, if I do top up a little bit more, I can go into a freehold landed, right? So the reason why, so if you've been following the channel, right, up to I think it was almost 2 years ago where I predicted that the fact that large 99-year condominiums, right, big size 99-year condominiums are touching like the 2.5 to 3 million price point, that it will start to push the landed property prices upwards. And so that has already happened. So in this market, if you are looking at $4.5 million, you are looking at inter-terrace, right? You are not looking to get a semi-detached. And even the inter-terrace, right? Most of the inter-terrace will require some sort of A&A if you need 3 or if you need 4 to 5 bedrooms. So I believe the launch of Belgravia Ace came at probably the best time possible for the developers because they offered a product that catered to a very a growing group of upgraders and what they are looking for. So am I surprised? No, right? What does this tell me, right? What can I take away from this? Okay, is I believe this plays very well into the macro trend that we have been sharing with all of you. A macro trend that large developments, large units, right, catering high number of bedrooms, your 4, 5 bedrooms condominiums will continue to outperform moving forward. This also goes to show the macro trend of increasing affluence. It's clear as day because this launch was done right after the cooling measures, and like we predicted, right, the cooling measures really wouldn't impact the high quantum OCR owner occupied units too much, right? And lastly also those two big macro trends that we have been trying to share with all our clients. So right, does this show that there's a lot of hype in the market? I would say no. I think a lot of these buyers, they have been waiting for the project for quite a while. and they know what they need, right? They need the number of bedrooms. Had this been a 99-year development, I believe the take-up rate would have been maybe only slightly less in terms of the take-up rate, but I believe the take-up rate would still have been very, very strong because the need for the number of bedrooms is there in the market, very, very clear. Right, next,